Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Alalopolis. Bad.
Fucking Craig.
My
Fuck you,
lord,
Craig.
preparations are underway.
Jesus.
He can't help you here. The hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. A campaign starts and ends, leaving memories that become stories. Stories flow out into the infinite sea, painting it with legends. Legends wash up on the shores throughout the infinite sea, fading to myth until myths are forgotten, and again the hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. Hitherto, we left the adventurers known as the Rum Rollers in the Mittelmeer, on their way back to Socrates to deliver a successfully bargained for shipment of dragon's breath from Shandar to Orc Queen Shandar the Red Dragon to Orc Queen Theoda. On their way, they deftly evaded a gargantuan mass of tentacles by using Wisteria's ability to turn everyone to gas while on the decks of Adune. They sailed through the night and most of the previous day, or after they turned back into it and gotten far enough away from the writhing tentacles, a night and a day passed, and a huge shadow on the horizon appeared during that time. Come morning, the Rum Rollers are set upon by a crew of over 100 turtles on a free trader vessel known as the Kohbukson, they later find. They try to fly away, though, and only to have one of the wizard turtles board Adune and demand them to land, or they would be forced to set fire upon them from their 30-odd cannons from a broadside. Deciding it best to land and hear the trade offered agreement that his captain is offering up. They notice as they land two similarly large ships to the south of their position, for a total of 3 ships that could be converging on their location and before they could get to Socrates, another half day still away. As the Rum Rollers landed back into the waters of the Mittelmeer, they see the huge ship that had been following them is guided by a huge tortoise under it. Under threat of attack, they they hurriedly take their wares of the dragon's breath, hide it with Cat in his dimensional bag, and come up with a scheme for Flamilton, aka Hamilton, to pose as the current captain and Cat to pretend to be a chicken. Hero inserts himself as the mate as backup as he gets to help with the dealings and conversation, other the trade agreement that they were going to make out with the free traders. Grandam poofs into existence at this point and begins talking with the tortoise that lets him know he's fairly happy with his lot in life. They treat him quite well. And the captain of the other ship, the admiral of this fleet, Kohbukson, greets the 2 Rum Rollers, Kiro and Flamilton, on Kohbukson's deck, and introduces themselves as the Rum Rollers. He's quite pleased with this knowledge, but disrespects Kiro the whole time, subtly, without doing it blatantly.
Are you sure he's not actually a mother?
Subtly?
Yeah. It's
Or a
fairly subtle.
mother-in-law?
He was just, not responding to him, or not giving him a drink, or not...
Definitely somebody's mother-in-law.
not interacting with him as much as possible. Kohbukson explains to Flamilton and Kiro they find themselves where they find themselves, and that they'd been trading in sugars, and Flamilton claims to have been doing the same thing from a town to the east called Titty Sprinkles. After some more disrespect is thrown on Kiro for not offering him a drink that he offers to Flamilton, a delicious bootstrap molasses rum. They begin the negotiations. We left off right at that point where they were about to do it, to get into it more than just the niceties.
Do it. Get into it.
And Kiro, so from a poofing into existence standpoint, Grandam, you already found yourself on the deck. You were with 2 other crew members that you know of that poof out of existence, but you don't realize it because they cease to exist. So your brain just, it's like it's so from our perspective, they stop to exist. But from everyone else's perspective, it was as if the person that's on deck with you, which is the 4 Rarlson brothers, were always there. That's how that works. However, in this particular instance, reality does bend a little bit and put Memay on the deck, in the captain's quarters is where you find yourself with Kiro, seated across on a desk from a flamboyantly dressed, you're only guessing, captain, and you kind of get a smidge of Flamilton's memory, which was them going across the deck, and you're claiming to be the captain, which technically you are.
So I'm on Adune or I'm on the turtle?
You're on Kohbukson, the turtle ship.
Okay.
With a very, very uneasy Kiro.
So yeah, and Kiro, you can see is very stiff and close to a snarl, probably.
Okay. And so we're not on the decks. We're down in the captain's quarters.
Right. And you know too, one detail I did leave out of the recap there was that their mate had followed you guys to this room, his corridors, but had held the door open and stood outside while the negotiations were going on. So you're assuming he's either giving orders to the captain's crew or standing outside waiting for new orders.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so does the other crew recognize that there's been a change
No.
from Flamilton to Memay? No?
Nope.
That's fine. They just see the captain. Okay.
Yep. To them, you're that role, and reality, like I said, bent a little bit. You guys probably felt it. It's probably like a little nauseous pit in your stomach, but that's about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna look around the room. What is the quality of things in this room? Are they like high quality, expensive,
Yes.
matching, or is this very much like the treasures of a flea market where nothing quite matches and nothing quite looks right and it's just like jumbled together?
It's all very high quality, well kept. There isn't barely a speck of dust on anything. You're talking to somebody that seems to have an eye for quality.
Okay, and so the only other crew member with me is Kiro.
Yep, and you have a glass of bootstrap molasses rum in your hand, and he finishes his sip is actually what he was doing when your consciousness kind of fled into the situation and got those little bits of memories, and you're probably wiping a little blood out from under your nose as he sets down his glass on the air and goes, well, I guess it's to business since we got the niceties out of the way.
Why is my nose bleeding?
It's been a quirk of, like, if you think of things like kind of meta wise, so like
okay.
you just
It's
got
not from the rum. Okay.
No.
I haven't been poisoned.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
No, that would be the fastest way this guy would find the end of Kiro's sword.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna look
he
over
drank-
at him.
He's drinking from the same bottle that he poured it. You watched him pour it out into the glasses and everything like that. I don't know if you're taking a sip or not, but
Yeah.
ahead.
So I'm gonna take a pretty hearty sip, and I'm going to. Right. So he says that line, and I'm just gonna, look at the glass. I'm gonna savor the taste. I'm gonna sniff it. I'm gonna adjust the hat on my head. I'm gonna look very pensive, and I'm gonna look over at him. We're like, the niceties out of the way. What do you mean? If we're gonna trade, we have to mark this. We have to celebrate. There must be a feast. You've never had food of such high quality as from the chef, the cook on my ship. You must have a feast prepared from my galley. Only then can we come to terms of a trade agreement. We must first be, well fed. There must be this drink is high quality. So I will provide food, you provide drink. We will sleep, we will be merry and feast, and then we will just determine terms. I don't do anything on an empty stomach.
Two rolls then for me. First is going to be the Constitution for the drink.
Hold on, I didn't even bring up
Your character sheet. No worries.
Yeah, I remember to pull up. Usually it's roll 20. I forget to pull up. Okay, so you need a roll for
Constitution.
Constitution. And this is not a saving throw. This is just a regular roll.
Saving throw would be fine. Because you're...
Ooh, 16.
There it is. You don't even get a buzz from it. You're still sober, and you're just enjoying the decadent taste of it, almost cake, or it reminds you of a very kind of almost chocolatey dessert from your youth. And then I'm going to need a persuasion.
Persuasion.
To keep Kira from cutting his head off. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, 23. Ha ha ha.
Beautiful.
We finished.
And he goes, I can go with that as a term, but I would at least like to set some ground rules before we have a feast, as some of my crew can be quite rowdy.
Memay is gonna look so offended. Ground rules for a feast. What? Food. Lots of food is the rule. What are these rules?
Oh, he offending captain. Oh, God.
Oh, well, it's just, the simple part of the course. I'm sure you're aware, dealing with kings and queens and all, they can be a bit overburdensome in some ways, but I just have
Memay has flashbacks to the pig, whatever, the prancing pig. What was the bar we were at with the fucking
pink plush
queen?
pig.
Yeah, that one. Flashbacks. You don't say. Go on.
Well, simply, I just would like to state that we have maybe we'll do a drink ticket system just for my crew here, as we still have a lot of work and miles to pick up. It is lovely to have run into you, though, so I would be glad to supply any of the food that you might need to provide for the feast too, and cook it. But if you have a cook that you would like to use the food, that's completely acceptable terms. I just, like I said, know how my crew can be and how rambunctious they can be on a celebration night. That's probably the main one there. And that
Excuse me.
We're about half. He kind of looks over at an instrument that he has over there, and he's like, "Well, we're just about halfway through the day here, so I guess I'll call the other 2 ships in, and we'll set up on the decks of ours for most of it, because I assume you can't host over 300 turtles upon your decks, but that might
We
be."
could figure it out, but I mean, if you would like to host on your ship, we will, I will take the foodstuffs that you would like to have prepared and take it to I'm telling you, the galley on my ship is first class. You would be doing yourself a disservice to pass up on the opportunity to have the products of my galley. But we will prepare, we'll bring this back, and we will feast.
And then
And there, I see instruments. Will there be music?
we do have some.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, hats off. What's up?
I know I was only there for the last 30 minutes of the session, but I'm guessing I'm still level 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Probably
Yeah. That question was asked
The
at one
turtle was
point.
not going to get me what I needed. Got it.
No, and
Did you say fucking the turtle?
talking. But, I knew too. I was kind of waiting for this situation because the question was asked about XP from last session, but I was kind of waiting for this to resolve because we were just we left off in the middle of it.
Sorry.
No worries. So hat back on. So yeah, we do have some musicians. I think it's on the other ships though. I kind of keep them back from our forefront runner. Don't want to put them out in danger's way. But of course, I'll be head of my crew, so I should be out in the front. We'd seen your sails on the horizon and thought it'd be best to cut into it and see what we're up against. We've had some incidences with pirates in these waters, and I just didn't want to be caught off guard. So I figured it best.
Memay gonna clutch their pearls and be like, pirates! Oh no.
Figured it
You don't say pirates.
and see who we're dealing with here.
Privateers.
We would never survive an encounter with pirates. It's lucky for us we ran into you.
Well, it seems like. So, well, I don't want to do too much business then if that is your custom, and let's get the celebrations underway. First mate! And you just see him holler towards the door. It slams open, and he salutes as he comes in. Sir! He goes, set the crew to ordering them about to get foodstuffs over to the Adune, and make sure that they have anything they need for preparations for a full-on feast this evening. And he goes, sir, yes, sir! And he just marches off out into the decks, and then he goes over to some of his stuff and starts what looks like communicating, but you only guess that because he's got some sort of sheet next to him, and he's tapping on something, and he just looks over and he goes, I'm just letting the other ships know that they can approach. In the meantime, is there anything else that we should discuss before the celebration starts? Is there any specialty requests, I guess? And he's looking at you. He's been ignoring Kiro still the whole time.
Oh.
I would suggest lots of pillows. I would suggest corn. 100% we need corn. I would suggest everyone dressed in their finery. This is a celebration. Everyone should look top-notch. I would suggest good lighting. If you have lanterns, if you have candles, if you have whatever candelabras, whatever beautiful lighting you have. It is midday now. It will take some time to prepare this food. You need to prepare your decks. You need to swab and let everybody clean. So it will likely This feast may go a little bit into the night. This is perfectly fine. This is the mark of a true feast. If you're not feasting after sundown, it is not a good feast. It bodes poorly for our trade agreement. So we need to make sure we have the proper lighting once the sun goes down.
He kind of is hesitant almost. He seems like to take an order because he's that kind of person, and being the admiral of a 300 plus crew vessels there. Then he kind of shakes it off and looks back around and kind of reminds himself. You can probably, if you whispers something under his breath, but then he starts taking notes. It looks like, and then he just says, "Oh yes, those all sound like great ideas. I'm glad we could have run into you. Hopefully, and I'm not trying to get into business anything, but hopefully we can have some talks about maybe getting in with Queen Theoda. I've heard
Yes.
Rum Rollers
That will all
have
be
connections
discussed at length. Once again, I decide on no matters until on an empty stomach. And right now, it is midday, and I have not had first breakfast or second breakfast or 11sies or tea. It is. We will make up for all of this with the feast.
Great, wonderful. You might want to go back to your ship then. Should I call back the first mate to walk you back across?
Yes,
No,
please.
no need. I can escort my own captain.
He looks over at you, Kiro, and then looks back at you, Memay, with a raised eyebrow.
I'm gonna raise my eyebrow right back and be like,
How?
you can, Kira will lead, of course, but if you find it proper to accompany us, you are welcome to.
Well, I'll follow your lead there. And it's Captain Memay, right? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna tip my hat and say, yes, it is.
all right. Well, Captain, we'll be seeing you.
All right, Mime's gonna stand up and swagger off the ship. Watching, keeping a keen eye for all the supplies that I'm assuming are mitigating from the big ship to the little ship.
Well, that's
Migrating. That one. Carried.
Transpiring. What are the Rarlsons doing on the deck of Adune along with Grand Dam?
Looking fabulous.
Do you want to go first, Grandam? I've got a whole thing.
Oh, good.
Like Granddam would still try to be making friends with the tortoise for the turtle.
Tortoise is
may
probably
absolutely-
easier to be clear on which turtle.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the big one,
Yeah.
the big boy. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like imagining Grandam just laying on like the railing, like waving his arm just like over the side, just lazily, trying to like, what you doing? What you thinking about? What you just pestering this poor dragon turtle.
He goes, well, I'm usually not thinking about much. Water is warm today, though. Quite pleasant. But, like, he doesn't respond to every one of yours. He just kind of
Oh no, I
looks like
imagine
he's
he would
chewing.
treat Grandam like a child that just is asking him too many questions. Because that's exactly what Grandam would be doing right now. Getting to know the elder being. The ancient turtle.
Okay.
And maybe if he thought things were going to go sideways, trying to convince it that it is so too ancient and dignified to be a ship. But if things don't look like they're going that way, maybe he won't plant that seed in his head.
Okay. So right now you're just trying to...
Oh yeah, just pestering it.
Yeah, okay. Just for a general...
Roll.
To see how that's going. I'm trying to remember exactly.
Animal, not animal
What's
handling. This isn't a dragon turtle.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, if it is
Actually,
animalistic enough, sure. I
Yeah.
can roll animal handling. I have no qualms with that.
Yeah.
Not trained in it, but I'm still a druid.
Yeah, exactly. And I was trying to figure out a better one for you to roll, but that's the only thing that comes
17.
to mind. So. And we'll roll.
Yeah, 17. I should probably get in the game, huh?
16 at a -3, so that was all right.
I should probably be in the roll 20, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to see at least the situation a little bit better, get an idea of what's going on.
I rolled a 13 with a +4. So 17.
Right. Yeah, so it seems to not be annoyed by your pestering. It kind of seems to enjoy the attention, if nothing else. But yeah, it doesn't respond to all of your questions. It
I
kind of
imagine talking to something like that is kind of like putting up with an int in Tolkien.
yeah, a little bit. And it's the thing that it always reminds me of too is like you start to try and talk to an ant, right? And or something like that, and it's literally only got the 3 thoughts that it was given, which is like go find food, go find food, go find food, take food back, take food back, take food back, go find food, go find food. So you're so fast that it probably just doesn't register on it is what you're gathering though at this point too, in the sense of like your speeds, like you guys are just not going the same speeds.
Yeah.
Is more the case of instead of ant and human, it'd be more like
Ant and giant turtle, or human and giant turtle,
yeah,
or tortoise.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, if you didn't have
Oh no, I have.
any other goals in
I
mind,
mean, he was just keeping an eye on the situation, and he
Sure.
failed last session to like pick up the negative vibes, so he's just vibing.
all right, Rob.
So I assume the Rarlsons just kind of pop back onto deck, and things have changed.
Yes. So your last recollection was that you guys were running from a giant tentacle beast.
Yep.
In a gaseous form. Just landed later in the day, probably at the most, is the last thing, maybe even that you remember. And then now you're here with a giant tortoise ship.
Right. And there are turtles everywhere. Turtles everywhere.
Yeah.
Rarl is a suspicious bastard when he doesn't know what's going on. So, as he has the alert feat, he immediately goes into stealth. And then I'm going to try to see if I can pick up what like the vibes are. Like, is this an occupying force? Is this a friendly like acquaintance? Is this like what's going on?
How are you trying to
Oh,
stealth?
good.
That's one of my questions for you. Because the very first thing that you're probably realizing is that there is it looks like some sort of magic user because he doesn't have, I mean, it's comparative to some of the other tortoises, he's got a little bit more cloth about him. Turtles, he's got a little bit more cloth about him, and he's got a definite some sort of magic. Not quite, but he does have probably some sort of focus about him as well. A magical focus about him. We'll say he's got like a shiny necklace that you're guessing is something like that.
Okay. Then
He's sitting up, leaning up against the rail on the opposite side of where his ship is, and kind of like picking.
He's like a mage, right?
Yeah, he's like maybe flipping through a book, but like you can tell he's looking over the book at the Rarlsons and Grand Dam. That's why I'm asking.
Well, if I'm spotted, he's gonna go from flight to fight, and he casts fly on himself, fly directly at the wizard, grapple, and fly directly up, using his action to grapple, action to dash, bonus action to dash. So that's and then feline agility to double movement speed. So that'll be 60, 60, 60, 60, 240 times 2, 480. I'm going to attempt to immediately kidnap this dude and fly almost 500 feet into the air.
Where is Mime when this is happening? Am I still
You
below
were
decks,
still in
setting up a
below
feast, or
decks.
am I upstairs?
Negotiating.
This is happening at
this
the
is-
same time.
Yeah. Yep.
God damn it. Okay.
I mean, first let me roll to see if I gather what the vibe is.
Yeah, I was going to
If
say,
that's all right.
yeah, you can do that. I was
But that'll be my plan if it seems like a negative vibe. So would that be insight, investigation, perception?
you're probably looking more like insight for just a general vibe check. That's the vibe check roll.
General vibe check, insight. Okay. Only a +1. A 3. I suck.
Doesn't necessarily mean you fail in the way you think you did, though. It just means that you're pretty sure that these guys are, you don't see any of your normal friends around, as in like the ones that would be running the ship usually. Right now,
Right.
you would be the one to run the ship because you don't see anybody else around that would do that. And what you can tell, just getting onto the deck of Adune too, you would hear her jovially greet you in your mind, like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hey, who are these people?
"Oh, they're just here. They wanted to shoot us, but now I think we're friends."
I narrow my eyes.
They're not getting big. That's good.
I don't
Fully
have a
dilated.
torque.
That's a bad sign.
I look around for someone who has a torque.
Grandam has a torque.
I reach over, grab him by the neck, pull him over. Hey! Are these guys actually friends?
Grandam will blink completely out of sync with his eyes just completely out of sync.
No, not
He's cool.
into the necklace too.
And yeah, so your intent flows through to the necklace, and it does come out to the other torques that are available, which would be Mime and Kiro, your guys' torques. And it was probably right when you're leaving the room, like right when you're getting up, and you're like, "Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna set up."
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to avoid. I'm gonna, like, as quietly as I can, without. I'm not trying to say this like super loudly into the room. I'm trying to do this to avoid. Like, I don't want our new friends, quote unquote, new friends to hear me, but I want to be like, I want to say into the torque to Rarl, like, hold on. Just I will explain everything as soon as I'm back on the ship. Just, like, please hold tight. I will be there very shortly. We will discuss everything.
I could kidnap a wizard and fly away.
Wait.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You get
Maybe, but not yet. Wait for a second. There will. We need to chat.
Let me
Just
know,
wait.
Captain. I'm ready. My eyes are huge. And I just stare. All four of us are just staring at the wizard.
If he's still like grabbing Grandam. Like,
Sorry.
Grandam is also his eyes are also just going to do like the whole like cat predator. Like,
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, here's the
We're gonna
plan.
get that guy.
We're gonna get that guy. You get on my back. I'm going to cast the fly on myself. We're going to kidnap him. Fly
I
really
will-
far away.
And I will turn into a giant dog.
Yes.
Or look, I can turn into
Wait.
a big fish.
Wait.
Away with him.
Wait, but I can also swim.
I can see Rarl doing that like thing what cats do, where they're like calibrating, where they like do the butt wiggle, and I can see your eyes real big, and you're just like doing the butt wiggle, like I can capture him. We can get the wizard. Like
we have
we can
to
do
hold
it.
on. The captain said no.
I don't want to make the. I don't want to make. The
Just
big
wait,
turtle
wait. Your time
baby,
will come.
basically.
Just not yet.
Oh. But the wizard's not the big turtle.
He
I
is a
don't
big-
know.
He is a.
He
big
tried
turtle.
to shoot us.
Did
That's
he?
what they said. That's what they said.
Did he?
No. That the guy's on the turtle.
You guys are probably doing this whispering back and forth when
Yeah.
Like yes.
Memay
Well, I'm
and
still
Kiro-
holding the button, so this whole conversation,
There's a
they're like,
button.
I could do it. We could.
It's not a real button.
The
It's
the
like-
metaphysical button.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
just holding on. By that I'm. It's just holding on to the torque and imbuing it with intent to direct a message through it. So yeah, you guys are
You
doing
guys
that.
hear myself ramp up and then be like, no, not yet.
It's like that
Father,
meme.
please.
It's like I crave violence. Maybe tomorrow.
No, that's the current mode that's inside of Kiro's head right now. He is craving it.
And yeah, Kiro and Memay, you guys come back across the gangplank across onto the decks of Adune. Seeing them whispering to each other into the torque, and you're probably, I don't know, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to muffle the torque, you said, too? I don't know what your thought is there.
Me? No, like, I'm just saying,
no.
like, oh,
Olivia
got
said
it.
something about that.
Oh, I'm trying to keep all this on the down low. I want our new friends to think that we are super
about-
excited
what
about
about you,
meeting
Kira?
them and super excited about this trade agreement. Right? And I want them to think we are just happy to be here. Despite Kira, we are
What
happy
about you, Kira?
and we are friendly and we
Are you
just
trying
want
to
good
muffle your
things.
torque?
Kiro
For
needs
right
to
now.
check and make sure he is in the right headspace.
Okay, go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Oh, there it is. I'm still getting used to the character sheets on Roll20. How to move around on them. Let's see. Do I have my wits about me?
So you guys know, my immediate reaction was to go find the most valuable person and hold them hostage.
I see the captain do what she does, and I mimic the captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
his hand, his left hand is still in a thumb break motion, but his right hand is definitely around his necklace.
Yeah. So when you guys' hands go up and you're in and towards the torque and touch it, you're immediately redirecting all of the messages that are coming in. You can tell they're no longer coming out of the necklace and they're coming now into your heads. So you can tell it's not an auditorial effect. It's anymore. But you guys are coming back on the deck like that while they're still whispering into the torque, I guess. And into your mind.
Get him.
And on your way to Memay, since you were asking about, you see the mate hurrying about the deck of the Kohbukson and ordering some crew around to get some crates across the other way. They're organizing them on their side first before they bring them across the gangplank. And he just kind of nods to you. And you walk across the
I'm gonna give him some finger
gangplank
guns
and
back.
you see the wizard. That was something else that was implanted in your mind again was that he was the one that. So as a portrayal too, since only actually Kiro experienced this, when you guys flew up in the air on the ship, Cat had cast fly on the ship to make it go up into the air away from the cannons, because their thought was cannons can't face up that high. But they were wrong
At the ship.
because the tortoise that is controlling the ship just kind of rocked and rolled and kind of paddled, holding its whole side up to face towards the Dune.
Yep.
All of the cannons on one side ready for a broadside. And
Pro strat.
What a
right
dick.
from that angle too, they had what looked like a type of what's that? The big crossbows. Dang it.
Arbalist.
A ballista.
Ballista.
Yeah, looked like it had a ballista, but you guys were so far up at the time you didn't quite see until it shot this towards Adune, what looked like a person sitting in a chair, and as they got close enough, they just poofed in a mist and landed on the deck.
That's fucking awesome.
So that's where the wizard is, that's still standing upon the deck, and he's kind of like
What a showman.
flipping through the book as you guys
Oh, we could get him.
And the turtle wizard just nods to you guys as you come back over too, and it goes, "Oh, let me actually roll for it real quick too, because I wanted to see you guys were whispering. Could you roll me a stealth, both of you,
Oh no.
for the
Sure.
whispering?"
Oh no.
I have a plus
Oh.
10.
Oh no.
Not one of your
26.
skills.
What if I
Alright.
cast pass without trace?
You guys are both good. He's like, "I don't know what they've been whispering about over there, but they're looking real sus. What's going on over on the other ship?" He says, "Captain hasn't called me back yet, so I'm guessing I'm just hold position until further notice. It's kind of been my rule.
You don't have to.
Well, I wouldn't be taking orders from you."
I'm just saying you don't have to. It wasn't an order. You're your own man, right? You are a man, right?
Are turtles gendered? Yeah, he's a man.
Yeah.
Just had to make sure that they.
Oh
they
no, he's
weren't-
100% saying that.
Yeah. I was also making sure that they weren't actually hermaphrodites or something like that, and I'm just making shit up. So he goes, "Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
These are
You're allowed to
turtles,
do
not
that.
turtles.
True. He goes, "Well, this season I am."
Me too. I think. Granddad will then proceed to pull out the waistband of his pants to make sure.
Oh boy.
Turtle Wizard just shakes his head and goes back to his book.
My cat is being awful to me right now. 1 second.
Is it the soulless one?
No, it's a niece.
As they do.
So, you're gonna inform your crew there, Captain?
Yeah, so my deck on Adune. So I'm just gonna walk onto the deck and observe, turtles bringing over lots of goods. I'm
Okay.
assuming I'm gonna direct them just to drop it on the
respond to that
deck and
order
we'll
and
carry
say,
them
"All right, Captain."
down to Adune. Yeah, I don't want them below decks. I'm assuming once the turtles are no longer on our ship, Adune can rearrange as she sees fit. Okay, so I'm going to look at everybody that I can see of the crew, and I'm going to do that thing where I take my pointer finger and my middle finger, I'm going to put it at my eyes, I'm going to point it at them, and I'm going to point downstairs.
And
I want us all to go below decks. We're having a crew meeting.
Kiro is currently having he's taking a momentary moment for a vibe check. He looked
Gesundheit.
he's looking at he acknowledged the captain giving the eyes to look down. He's waiting for everybody to move, like out of his eyesight for a moment.
What is he vibe? What is he vibe checking, though?
He doesn't want to show that he is loss of composure. He does not want to show loss of composure in front of anybody.
Oh, okay.
So
you're trying.
He wants to have an outburst. He wants to have an outburst, but he does not want to have an outburst in front of the crew.
So you're less trying to vibe check and more trying to find a quiet moment to sneak to the side.
Yes.
So that would be more of a stealth against everyone's
Alright.
passive perception.
God.
Yeah, good. Oh wait, no, my passive isn't great in this one. Dang.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is not
Mine's
Franklin.
15. Franklin would see everything.
Passive perception.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Passive perception. Oh, so you have to roll. Mine's a
Passive
16.
perception is 15 for me. It's a standard
I'm
roll
interpreting this
or a
correctly.
standard number.
Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
8
roll,
on, it
right?
looks like,
So
heavy on
Kira's
that.
gonna have to roll. Right?
Yeah.
hey buddy, where you going?
I need a moment.
Oh,
Dune pops into everybody's head and goes, maybe he has to poop.
Mm.
so Mime's gonna look over and shoot some finger guns and be like, "You do what you gotta do, buddy, but meet us
He bow-
downstairs.
he bow-
I need your professional
he
opinion."
bows very respectfully to the captain, and from I would say I think is it Memay, what's your passive on your perception? Oh yeah, no, you would easily see that. Yeah,
16.
his hand has not like left his like right where his thumb broke it, and it's like in a death grip. He's death grip right now. On his weapon.
It.
Oh yeah, he's white knuckled.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to sort of, get Kiro to take his attention away from what we just dealt with and more towards like, hey, you're captain, like I need you. Like, I understand that was stressful, but like let's sort of shift instead of dwelling on how terrible that was, let's shift our focus to
And while you're doing
our plan
that,
of action.
the mate of the other ship kind of comes over after having, it seems like the stream of turtles dropping off crates had stopped, and he talks to the wizard, and they look over at you, and seems like the mate actually takes the lead role there, and the wizard walks back over to the ship, and the mate walks up over to you, Memay, with just staring off into the distance, not wanting to interrupt, with his hands behind his back, waiting for you to acknowledge.
I'm gonna look over at him.
And he doesn't say or do anything.
I'm not
He
gonna say
stands
anything. I'm
as
just
a
gonna
board.
look at him. I'm gonna like put my fist on my hip and like start tapping
He goes,
my
"Permission to
shoe.
speak."
Mime's just gonna like put their hands
Goes,
up, like what the
"Captain,
fuck? And be like, granted.
Oh, Admiral Kohbukson wanted me to make sure that you had everything else in order, and to know that we've tied off. So if you try to leave, it would probably not be in your best interest. You might do some damage to your ship at this point. Just as a friendly acknowledgement there. And
Sound friendly.
I didn't say check that shit.
Mime, I'm just gonna burst out. Leave! We will feast. We don't want to go anywhere. If anything, tie the ships tighter.
Wonderful.
We're not. No. We will feast tonight. This is the feasting. I'm the feast. Do you not understand? The feasting is a celebration. Our trade is going to be so good for everybody.
And he
This
just
is a momentous occasion
shaking
to
his head,
celebrate.
and he goes, and if you need anything else, just stop over on deck and holler at one of the crew. I'm sure they will be more than able to direct you in the ways of how to get what you need, provided that we have it.
Well, sir, I'm not sure how well I can holler, and they're gonna air quotes. Mimay's gonna air quotes. Holler, but yes, you have been more than gracious. We are very very excited. Looking forward to preparing all these delectable these foodstuffs you have brought this way. Thank you so much. This is your willingness to cooperate is a giant gesture for how well our trade agreement is going to go. So thank you. I will let you be aware if there's anything else we may need. You have done a
And,
fantastic job.
Kira
You're
leans down
killing it.
to you and kind of
Thank you.
whispers,
Go prepare.
in a show of good faith, they could take the very aggressive anchors and tie a proper mooring knot so that they cannot damage Adune if they'd be so inclined, Captain.
Oh, yes. That's very good, important point, Kira. Thank you. I'm gonna look over back to the first mate and be like, yes, if you could please tie a proper mooring knot. See, our ship here, Adune, means very much to us, and in the celebrations and in our great enthusiasm, I would deeply regret any sort of damage being taken to my ship. You see, my ship is an extension of myself, and damaging my ship would therefore be the same as damaging me. And so I'm sure you understand, I'm sure you feel the same about your ship. So I would like to do things properly and correct, which is exactly why we're preparing such a feast tonight. We would like to correctly go about the proper methods to making sure that this is a secure and solid arrangement we are coming to. So would you be so kind? Could you please honor this request of mine?
Why is the first word that comes to my head German?
Nine.
No, Widerstand, which means like to go against, like without as much as that as possible. He just kind of puts his head inside of his shell, and he says from in there, "Aye, Captain." It's like a show of deference and fear almost, and just he pokes his head back out. One last thing, just the captain would like to say it's a pleasure to be doing business with you all, and he puts both of his arms and his head back in his shell and walks across like that, just with two legs out. Like ashamed.
I'm sorry, please. I don't know what happened, and I accidentally closed my browser window. Last thing I heard is that there was a word coming to your brain in German. I'm guessing he complies.
In his compliance, though, he almost is showing not only deference but fear, and pulls his head into his shell, and just says from inside of his shell, "Aye, Captain," and then poked it out back just a little bit to say that the Kohbukson, the captain of the other ship, just wanted to extend his gratitude and welcoming to be part of this trade, and is very grateful for it. And then he puts both of his arms and his head back all the way into his shell and walks across the gangplank. Almost looks like, yeah, it almost looks like an ashamed
me, but I'm gonna shoot him
posture.
some finger guns as he walks away. Interesting. Okay. That's not what I was expecting, but okay. All right. So then Mimay's gonna look around. They're gonna assess the deck. You see the Rarlsons on the verge of like action, and just gesture for everyone to follow them downstairs below.
A piece of fruit on the way, he was going to snag it.
on the way down the stairs, down one of the
Oh, all you
planks
have to
on
do
the
is
wall
request.
and it forms a hand holding a
An
kiwi.
orange. Oh, kiwi,
Oh.
that works too. So, once we're like probably like all
Ooh.
downstairs, Grandam's going to look at everybody, take like just a full-on bite out of the kiwi, fuzzy peel and all. So we're traders? What do we trade?
We are technically.
Good. I don't know. We're gonna talk about that. So, can anybody
I
refresh
don't
me?
know.
What
I
do
just
these guys
woke
want
up.
to trade again?
And you wouldn't know either. He'd just been about to talk about that. You would have knowledge that he had been talking about having just been somewhere and gotten sugar, and that's what Flamilton in your stead, but you were remembering it as if it were you, had claimed you were doing as well, getting sugar. So you both have sugar, supposedly. But that's the only conversations.
Oh. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna look at the crew. I'm gonna say full disclosure. I just bought us 6 hours to figure out what the fuck we're gonna do here, right? I'm not sure. These motherfuckers are a lot bigger than us. A, there's a lot more of them. B, their ship is giant. And C, I don't know. Were we in
I
the
don't
air
know.
when they got
Hero
us?
would-
Yes. Yes.
I think so, right? If the ship had to turn sideways. I didn't realize the Dune was flying yet, but cool. So yeah, we were in the air, and these fuckers made us come down, and their ship is like 6 times the size of a Dune. Which, like, by the way, on the way coming down the stairs, I also like very gently, was like caressing the handrail and being like, "Hello, Dune. I missed you. I'm sorry I was away. Sorry I was on that other horrible ship." We did bring you lots of foodstuffs. Would you mind preparing us a feast? You are the best cook I know of,
Admiral
and I would
Memay,
not
I'm
eat
surprised
food
you
from
haven't
any
been
other
taking on
galley.
to your new title so well. It was given to you more recently, though, so I can understand. The only question I did have for you, though, just to help to make sure that things are getting underway, am I to be stealthy about my nature? Seemed to be that was the case and the consensus.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's best. I think if
Okay,
we
I'll just
let
have
on
the food
about your
crates
nature, these people might try to
nonchalantly
take you.
lowered into my decks. It'll look almost as if we have an elevator aboard or something, or maybe some large ants. But I'll get it done.
Perfect. I don't think anybody's paying too much attention. Yeah, so Adune, you are welcome to weigh in here with your insights, but how do we feel about these fuckers? Do we actually want to trade with them? Do we want to come up with an alternative plan? I know Ralston, you're ready for violence. This is good. Kiro, you're ready for violence. This is good. I'm glad we're ready for violence. I just want to make sure violence is the correct action first, right? We have multiple options now, right? So Adune is going to work her magic, and make some delectable food items, which we will carry over, or get assistance, carrying from our ship to their ship. Sorry, Adune, I'm going to try to keep the minimum amount of invaders on you as possible. But how do we feel? How do we feel about these guys?
I feel
right?
like we
What do
don't
you
have enough
think?
information to accurately decide anything. Now that my blood has tempered, I think we probably need more information. For sure. I don't know how to get it. I could kidnap the wizard, like we said, and question him, though if they are friendly, then that of course is a poor decision. They said...
Oh, well, I guess I should tell you. So we're gonna feast, right? So we brought all this food was carried over. Adune is gonna prepare it for us. We're gonna go. They have this lovely rum. It's delicious. You're gonna love it. And so I know their captain said they want to sort of restrict how much their sailors drink. I think we're really good at encouraging people to drink. And so this is gonna be a fucking party. Like I said, feast. To celebrate, I mean
sure,
feast to we're gonna fuck shit up. I'm counting on you, Ralston.
We can for sure do that, but don't you think we have 6 hours plus before that? before that, we could learn many things and have more of a plan if things go badly. So, say they're evil. Say, let me hold up my hands. The feast would be a premium opportunity to even the odds, so to speak, as we are providing the food. I shrug. So if we know what we're going to do before the feast, instead of using the feast as an information gathering option,
Adune
then
would
we
chime
could
in,
capitalize on it, I think, a little better.
saying, "Well, I have eyes and ears more or less on most being that I am attached to their ship, and generally have. It's kind of disorienting, but a 3D perspective of myself at most points.
That's
So, as a whole,
You're
it seems like
amazing, Adune. Can we all give Adune a round of applause for being amazing? I begin clapping.
so. Well,
Huzzah!
Believe
more or
us,
less, it
please.
seems like they just have a very structured crew. Otherwise, it seems very fair. No one is mistreated. There is a hierarchy when it comes to their command, so far as I can tell, just from my
Sure.
watchings.
But the question is, are they pirates?
They don't
Like, is
appear to
this
be.
deal that we're going to have to make going to be in our favor or heavily in their favor, and we'll be tied up to them, surrounded and out of options?
They don't appear to be as I mean, I've only had the one run in with pirates a while back now, and those crews were a lot less orderly than these ones. Not to mention, they whenever you're looking at these folks, they're just generally well mannered. They don't seem well.
Yeah, but they
That's
like
that's
force
what's
you to
that's
land
what's
at
getting me.
gunpoint. I don't like that. First off, I don't
Right.
like that. I meant it. When you threatened my ship, you threatened me. They forced us down here. We are now
See where
permanently
you're coming
attached.
from,
We don't just have
but
an
I
option to
think that's the
leave,
big question.
right?
We
Like
should
we
see if
can't
we
just
can leave
like leave.
before make. Oh well, then we know.
Oh no, we
well, you
cannot.
got to
They
see
already
it a
said
little
that.
bit from their perspective.
Continue, Adina.
When you're
Yeah.
a free trader, your only chances to better yourself is with trade. So any chance you get to trade, you take it. Not to mention these.
Yeah, but Adune, babe, they threaten to damage you. That's not cool. That's not cool.
That's
That's not how
fair,
you like
I
make free
guess,
and
but
open and
they
trusting
can't
arrangements.
exactly have driven by with all of their wares on deck either, and had a fanfare for them to come buy stuff. I guess I don't know. They seem more
You're
or less good natured, although
Seems like a bad business
rigid.
practice.
you are so good natured, Adune. You see the best in everyone. I, however, am a capitalist.
Okay, so Adune wants to trade. So assume just decide to not attack and just trade. And I'm not saying that this is the plan of action right now. I'm not totally sold on this idea. Attacking kind of seems fun. If a bad idea, it seems kind of fun. But what would we trade with them? So I know we have some Dragon's Breath, right? But we don't want to tell them that necessarily, and I don't know how much we can
Although-
afford to quote unquote have misplaced. Right? I don't know how much we owe the queen or how much we have in wiggle room, or if there's anything else that we think we can trade.
No.
Right, because if they have sugar, they don't want our sugar. We're
You
not
guys have
trading
some
like sugar for sugar,
foodstuffs
right?
when it
So
comes
they
to
have
like
sugar.
shark
I don't know.
that
What
you
else do
just
they have
got.
that we want?
Yeah.
Other than
Oh
that,
yeah. I have
Adune
lots of shark.
would also provide the fact that
Do turtles
you
eat shark?
guys' stores were otherwise running low, considering they hadn't been stocked up recently, besides the shark. And what was it else? Oh, that's what I was going to say. Your nose does bleed, just a little trickle at the mention of the dragon's breath, because it currently also doesn't exist because it's with Cat.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, damn. So what do we have to trade, guys? Assuming we go the trade route.
Slip away in the night. Because do we have anything to trade besides? I don't know. Yeah, like as he like shrugs, he like slips his shoulder.
I mean,
out of his
besides our
robe.
bodies, I don't know. Show some leg. All right. So we have so there's an option of trading. Trading what? Question mark. I imagine Memay in front of like a chalkboard. Like Memay asks Dune for a chalkboard on the wall, and like puts like a 1 and says trade equals question mark. Right? Because we don't know what we're gonna trade. Option 2, violence. All right. So if we choose violence, we need to plan this because they are much bigger and many more than us, and probably have tricks up their sleeves we're not aware of.
And you feel a subtle
So how would we go
bump.
about violence?
Bump against the hull of a Dune, are just setting up next to us as well.
Perfect. So Dune, do you know exactly what would happen to you if we,
as
like,
it
say,
currently
took off into the air
stands,
right
it
now?
seems like they had stayed true to their word as well and provided some mooring knots on their connections, but there are quite a lot. There's well, it's not more than the standard would be at dock though, so there's 3 on me currently. I could probably undo them if I really tried. The only real challenge I think might be that someone would, that it does seem like they have some capable deckhands that are keeping eyes on such things like that, as mooring knots do slip occasionally.
Could try to handle them.
Okay. So how do we feel? Okay, so violence is number 3. 2 is escape. So if we just want to escape, I mean, if we get all the deckhands super drunk tonight at the feast, I imagine we could have the capacity to, undo some of the mooring lines and peace out. Although it'll be really hard for us to leave if we are feasting. So
The other
big turtle.
challenge
we kind of have to be on a
might be
dune
with
when a
that,
dune
unless I
takes
think,
off.
Raul, you have fly still. Yeah, that would be the other challenge currently, is they're surrounding me.
Right, so somebody cast fly on you. That's how you were in the air. Okay, gotcha. Solid. Yeah, I didn't think you were a flying ship yet. Okay. All right, so trading, number 1, escaping, number 2. These both don't seem like super great options, but we haven't yet talked about 3, which is violence. So they might start looking better soon. Who knows? All right, so if we were going to try violence, right? So I don't think we have to fight everybody necessarily. We've met the Admiral who's in charge. We might be able to leverage the Admiral. We've also seen the wizard dude. I think it would be necessary for us to neutralize the wizard in some way. How do we feel? How do we think this might go? What do we think we might gain out of violence?
The turtle's really big. I can try making friends with the turtle.
Do you think we could just convince the turtle to do something else other than what it's doing right now? Can we just get them to leave? What can you ask him what his favorite thing to eat is?
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Yeah. I have to go back to it to see what kind of. Yep, 120 feet. I just had to check on that.
I mean, we just had them deliver. Perfect. Because we just had like their crew deliver Adune a shit
yeah,
ton of raw
and I was
materials,
gonna
right?
ask that
We can
question.
turn it into
So,
whatever we want.
What's your favorite food, buddy?
I like giant sea moss and enormous kelp.
Feed you that stuff? Where do they keep it?
Usually, they let us graze upon it in different aisles.
Couldn't you
But
just
it-
do that without them?
Yeah, but at sea, they give us some as well, which is nice to have them for that. I'm not sure how they bring it with.
Just be kept in the boat?
Pretty big.
Pretty big.
Bigger than me.
The kelp is bigger than you?
Yeah.
That's some big kelp.
It's delicious.
What if I could grow you some big kelp? Maybe they have kelp seeds.
What?
Kelp have seeds?
I don't know.
What? What if you tell him there's kelp like below him, like at the bottom of the ocean where he is right now?
Kelp don't grow that deep, is what he would say, just theoretically.
I could grow you some kelp.
I mean, what if we convince them, yeah, that we've put some kelp down there?
Could we be friends if I could grow you
Can we just
kelp?
get them to submerge?
I don't know anything about growing kelp, but you're not the only bond I hold. I hold one to the captain. And I have made a promise to sail for him. I will not go back on my word.
That's I can respect that.
God damn it. Okay.
But
All right.
if
So
you
the
find intrigue
giant tortoises
in
are
my
out.
species and cultivate them,
Okay.
he
So
seems somewhat intrigued by an option. Well, then you realize maybe it's not a he. And goes, I could provide you with the eggs I've been holding on to, but I would have to talk to the captain. Maybe it could be part of your deal.
ooh.
Bring us eggs. The turtle wants to trade eggs. Imagine
Well, guys, we might
the
want to make this trade.
omelets.
We might want to
Some
make
what the
this
trade
trade.
is. I think
Or the turtle friends.
Oh.
Oh shit,
Oh.
the turtle friends. Do we have anything? to
Okay.
trade?
That was some really good intel. Thank you.
I have nothing. I
Yeah.
have
I mean,
starter gear.
we all have inventories, right?
And I have a giant map. We have the map.
Oh, there was also
I mean,
I don't know
We have the
exact-
iPad map.
Yeah, I was
What the
going to
hell's-
bring up
why is it
the
my new seat?
treasure that you'd recently found, Rarl, with Shia and placed.
The 10K.
Yeah, that was placed upon her decks, right? On Adune's decks, I thought.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was. We don't know what to do with this. Put it somewhere and don't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the original plan was to use it to pay.
Wait, what is it?
God God, who is it?
Oh, right. To
Um,
pay Redaha, the proprietor of the Pink Plush Pig, back for all
Yeah.
of the damages Rarl did by breaking all of their liquor bottles
I
by intent.
allegedly.
Yeah, true.
Always allegedly.
Allegedly.
I
But-
feel targeted.
It was actually, Zenora playing as
One of the cats.
yeah.
I was
Well,
Jeffrey,
or Jarl.
so she was the other one. Or no, maybe I was Carl.
Kits.
Whatever. Anyway, one of the cats.
It's a kitty cat.
I have glasses, which are new.
Like in real life?
Dun 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 dun.
No, I think
I mean,
I think the glasses were part of your Mime's
only
inventory.
from a cat. The
biggest
eyes
thing
of
that
my
I
new
have for
scene? Yeah, sorry, I
trade
do have glasses in real
is
life,
one
but
of those
these are
big
new in my inventory.
1/3 of a crystal.
You have
No,
more
we
than
all
1/3.
have those crystals. We have those big tooth crystals.
You
I have
have.
coconut
I
flesh.
thought
Or the
the
butt
large amount.
tooth crystals.
Well, you gathered. Them. You gathered
that this
the
campaign?
crystals, so I don't know if you.
Yeah, we had like 5.5 or something.
I think you'd given a half or the third, the like quarter one. I thought you'd given it during the Eurythmic Veracity to Franklin because that's something he used more recently. I thought too.
I had taken one and I split it into 3 parts and gave one to myself, one to him, and one to myself. So I was talking about the
Rick,
1/3.
yourself.
Yeah, we're getting some feedback from you, Rick.
Rick.
I have rope.
Good.
I have a disco ball. We can
Oh, yeah,
dance,
oh, God,
guys.
disco
If we do feast, let
That
me remind
might
me to throw out
help.
the disco ball.
The glasses though were from your.
And convince them into a really bad
I'm gonna be
trade
staying
deal,
alive.
and then we just
So the claw
The glasses
clapper?
though I think were your reward for
Ooh.
helping Shandar get rid of the goblin problem. If I remember correctly.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
What do you think, Captain?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, no, and then I have more options, more things I'm thinking. So we are having Adune prepare this feast. So we could, slip an extra in the soup. And, if just in case all the sailors don't decide to drink to excess, right, we can do with something extra to make sure that they do and ensure our chances to loot and run or slaughter them all or I don't know, whatever you guys are feeling.
I mean,
We
ideally,
can flip a coin, I guess.
us against 100. And if the turtle's not going to turn, our best option is probably to run. Maybe steal something and run.
tortoise egg. I mean,
We can certainly try,
so we
but
don't
right
wanna
now
try to just
we are in a
outright be
situation
friendly.
where we are not allowed to leave.
Kira was originally open to negotiation. He was originally open to negotiation. Their captain fucked that all up for him.
Grand Dam is just along for the ride. He does. He
Kira-
knows what's going on.
Kiro
chooses
chooses
balance.
whatever his captain orders him to do.
Okay.
He's ride or die. Option A, B,
Cool.
or
Okay,
C.
so Grand Am is
We're here for you, Captain. But
okay.
I
So
feel
rural, right?
strongly
Rural. Do
that
any of the Ruralsons feel
we
strongly?
were not approached in a friendly manner, and I think that says quite a lot about their character and why they're here. Personally,
Yeah, I agree.
I did.
Okay, so I mean, they did just give us a bunch of free food. It would be good to feast. I think we could all use like a short rest at least. Right?
I'm
When's the
still
last time
pretty
any of you
good.
rested? I think we need naps.
I think what we need to do is figure out a way to get more information.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna, if nobody feels very strongly, what I suggest we do is we all go take a nap, we get a short rest, we help Adune prepare in whatever way we can, even if that's just like taking a nap and getting out of her way. And then we take all the food over to their ship, we feast, right? We get a chance to talk, right, to the sailors, to talk to the captains. We feast, right? We take advantage. There's not many times we get to just party, right? So we'll drink into the night and we will party, right? We will encourage the party to continue until people are falling asleep, right? And then we will go sleep, right? We're not doing trades tonight. Trades will happen in the morning, regardless. And so we take as long as possible. We draw this out and we party as hard as possible, and then right, get everybody too drunk that nobody can make a decision and push all this till tomorrow. And so if some intelligence happens in the night, right, over the course of the evening, either summon me via the torque or like find me, pull me to the side, right? We can make snap decisions at any time. How does this? It sounds like we need more time.
I agree,
the whole
but we
purpose
need
of
to
the
have a
feast.
plan ready in case escape is
Besides
the need.
food,
The feast is the best way to strike or escape. And if we don't have
Yeah.
a plan and we wing
So-
it, Adune may get hurt.
Right. Okay. So what
Gaseous
we need
form
in order
would do
to
it.
escape is all the moorings to be
That's how we
cut,
escaped the tentacle
right, from Adune.
monster.
What would do it?
Wizard's cat, I
Gaseous
think.
form. Okay, who can be in
No
charge
sleep.
of gaseous form?
Whoever that is.
Yeah.
But
Do I have
don't know.
gaseous form?
But in any case, we need to do something today about it, and I think we need to get more information, which means, and I think we should do it before the feast, because the feast sounds like whatever is going to happen is happening. Yes? So if we walk in the blind, then shame on us.
Let's see. Yeah, but I don't know anything about this ship.
I think
I don't
that
know
we
a
should,
whole lot
for
about these people.
now,
I don't know what our
based
plan should be.
entirely, and if you
I'm
disagree,
open
let
to
me know,
suggestions.
on the fact that they came to us with violence, forcibly stopped us, tied themselves to us, will not let us leave until we trade with them. While they wildly outnumber us, says many things that we are not speaking about. I think that we should probably take proactive action in self-defense and to take one of them to learn more and to have some sort of Because I gesture
Yeah,
around,
but
there are
why
hundreds
kidnap
of
and
them.
interrogate only one? Right, when we would
Right, but I
be
think the
guests.
feast is the best
Yeah, but if we do
opportunity
that now,
to
the
like
feast will not
do
happen.
something big.
Yeah, but the feast
I
then
mean,
becomes
when
a
is the feast?
non-starter
6
if we
hours?
kidnap
Is that
one of their people.
too long to? It's if it's later tonight.
Um,
Oh, I don't know. I just said
Adune
6
would
hours.
try to, along with
It's midday. I assumed it was like
upon
noon.
the food
Yeah,
situation,
it's
because
later
as you guys
tonight.
have been talking, you've heard some banging and clanging, and it started to smell some food smells. Saying, it's
Or
getting on into the day, but I don't think we're quite to the table setting portion of the day. It seems like they're getting the tables out and some of the chairs and such to set upon their decks currently.
what about a stealth mission instead of a kidnap mission then?
Yeah. That I can get more on board with. So I make maybe 6 hours from the time I was sitting in the captain's quarters. Like now, it's probably
Because
like right, I'm assuming it's like 3 o'clock. We might start in like
a
a couple
stealth
hours, an
character
hour or
who's
two.
me, and then someone who can pass without trace. I think someone said we could sneak
have it in
aboard.
my spell list.
Say that again.
I think I have it. Let me double check. That's in my level range.
Yeah, double check. So yeah, I could see if you can, with a pretty high confidence, not be detected and go over to their ship. That would be beneficial. We did get some intelligence from the tortoise. We got some
Yeah, I got
intelligence
Outside of
from
the
Adune. Right, in
outside of
general,
the
things
forced
seem pretty,
trade situation.
straightforward.
We
I trust
right.
Adune's.
we keep looking over that.
Yeah, outside of that, right. Now they're all on the ground. And, yeah. Yeah, because like,
Yeah.
no. That's very apparent to me, especially given their size, right? Our size versus
Yes.
their size. Like, we should not be a threat to them. So the fact that they were so, forceful in their, and how they're treating us at this point is a little concerning. So no, we should more information for sure.
Maybe, but
I'm assuming nothing bad's
what
going to happen
about
at
the
the feast, right? Because they agreed
what
to
can
it.
we do
But,
possibly
assumption's
to
wrong.
slip in at the last second to subdue 100+ tortoises? We have the anti-magic. We have the disco ball. We have the though that's. We have the giant
I have a disco
creature
ball.
that creates the sushi, and I think we still have the tentacles.
Oh, we
'cause
do. Do
gave
we
it to
still have the
Adune.
sushi? Yeah.
We can certainly give it
Yeah.
to
Can we make more of that? Can we make
probably
sure everybody
all of
on
them. It would
board
subdue their
eats some of
mages.
that anti-magic stuff?
I don't know how much the sushi we had is still good. I would need some more fresh ingredients for that.
It's in the
Since
bottle. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
since
go
I-
in there and get some.
Yeah. Didn't we like put that tentacle monster in like perpetual aliveness? Yeah. Let's do that. Let's grab some of that and give it to Adune. And like, I don't know, one of the
Would you like
beginning
more of a
courses.
menu?
Sure.
Maybe like course 3 or something.
Um,
Right, I'm assuming
well,
this is like
we
a fine
have for
like 4 or 5
appetizers.
course meal. I'm not telling Adune how to.
Nice
Yes, please.
briny seaweed and kelp gratin with a rich, creamy seaweed kelp, various aquatic vegetables, and crispy seaweed crumble. I'm assuming I'm making this for their kind as much as possible. So, please let me know if there is any. I don't know all the new crews yucks and yums, but I know Captain Memay doesn't quite have very many yucks. So, I'll keep going. That was just one of the 3 that I've got here. Then we've got a mushroom moss terrain, rich, earthy, mushroom vegetable on a crusty bread, and a roasted river fish with lemon and herbs. Oh wait, sorry, that's going into the main courses. I skipped over the crystal jellyfish seaweed salad. It's pretty delicious with a nice citrusy vinaigrette and a clam chowder with a deep sea broth and a hint of root vegetables. Oh, and I missed the one main course, which I'm very proud that they had and glad they had in,
This is lovely.
as a fiery salamander steak with a volcano sauce. I thought it paired nicely. Maybe you can tell him about your journeys with the with Shandar. But if it comes up, or if you're interested in telling him, it was more of my own inspiration there. I took off of as a smoky, rich taste, and I found they had some chocolates and chilies in there. And yeah, they'd had some corals, so I made that into a nice coral
Oh,
tart
interesting.
custard, and with some candied
Is there a
fruits they
dessert?
had, and a crystallized seaweed brittle. That one's interesting. I hadn't seen that one in my kitchens before, and a pudding that I made myself of seaweed honeycomb.
Aduna, you are a
Hmm.
true genius.
y- y-
So, would it
You would
mess
have to
up your
tell me
recipe
its
if
flavor,
your
as
soup
I
had
can't
some of
taste
the tentacle monster
any
in it?
longer. I'm going off of pure memory here. So was it more bitter or? I believe. I believe. I know Zenora
Definitely
and
Oh, I
Cat.
don't
time to
know. I don't think
try.
I ate any.
I know
Let me look
Zenora and
around for
Cat
food. Did anybody
had
eat tentacle monster?
specifically off the top of my head. For
I
some
know.
reason, I was trying to remember if Mime had, or maybe it was more of a you'd seen their reactions and didn't try it.
Yeah, no, I saw Kat's reaction specifically, and it looked terrible, so I did not try it. But if
We'll probably
we
all
go,
have
if
to go
Burrow
in
goes
and
in
get
and gets
some
some,
because the
if
monster
Grandam
is
would
still
try it,
alive.
that would help a
Um,
lot.
Right.
That way we can know.
I can cast water breathing, so we can all go in and be safe
Okay.
in the fact that we won't drown unless I get killed, and then it will drop, and then you'll drown. But yeah,
Perfect.
so we could do that. I think having that for the feast would be a very good choice. And then
Okay.
maybe there should be at some point a stealth mission to determine if they are evil. What's up?
Okay. I feel like due to the failure of the rural sins being extra stealthy earlier, they just want to like be stealthy again and
No,
prove that
it's
they can be
totally
stealthy.
fine.
I feel like they just wanna
I'm
be very cat-like.
suspicious of how
They're
they
just like,
treated
well, you
us.
caught me last time. Next time you will not detect me.
I'm alert, and I do finger guns.
Yeah. No, that's very fair. I'm also suspicious. Okay. Well,
Yep.
let's go get some tentacle monster, so we'll at least neutralize any
Yeah, for sure.
threats we're unaware of. Any magical
like-
threats we're unaware of. We've
At
seen
least
one
60
wizard.
guys
There's a lot of people here. There's
Yeah.
definitely more than just one wizard.
I think we said hundreds of people.
Yeah, at least 60.
No, hundreds
With magic?
total. Oh,
I'm not-
probably a percentage.
With magic?
least 60.
But how many
guys.
magical
Was
people?
that you, my lord?
Oh yes.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
that's
really-
right. I snapped my fingers. Mame, do you have a revivify spell? Would you be a doll and before we do a long rest, load it into my ring of spell
Ooh,
storing?
I think I do.
You will, but that's why I say before we long rest it if you have the space or slot left.
Sure. Do I have to cast it? Does it matter what level? Never mind, I
Or
think I only have it at one. Some of these, like,
reincarnation, or
you can cast at
that
higher
theme.
levels, but I think Revivify is not one of those.
I hold up a
I do
business
have it.
card. I have to get one.
I think I just have Revivify.
Thank you.
There you go.
So are you guys going down to rest?
Okay. So,
No, it'd be more of a short rest, I would think, if you're trying to go into the bottle.
Yeah,
As
I
well
think we
as-
do
should
we
go
have
into the
time for a
bottle.
long rest? Yeah. So I thought.
Okay. You want to
Yeah,
tell me what you're doing for a short rest? Like
I think we should
4
too.
to 4-ish hours, depending. I believe
Watching the wizard.
he's not on deck currently. Well, at least not on your decks.
No.
Definitely
Something
doesn't
like
have
it's
hair.
his amulet.
Does
I'm
the
just
wizard have a
staring
bunch
at.
of feathers in his hair? Are they dangling in the wind? Are there yeah, they're like are there strings? Does he have like tassels hanging off his robe? Is it like a western
Don't
where he just has like a
understand.
whole row
He's
of tassels
evil.
hanging?
He must be.
Uh
I can see him in my dreams.
he taunts me. Ah. Yeah, so Mime is gonna go like wash up for dinner. Right, so after though, we need to go
I
and
was gonna
to
take you
get the
guys
tentacles.
there
Is there anything special you
because-
need us to do, Josh, to go
In
get the tentacles
combat.
from the tentacle monster?
Yeah, it's in
Or
the
is that just a
bottle
thing that's
and
gonna happen?
aggressive because the last time it was put there, it had 1 HP, was basically, knocked out. But I'm having some technical issues with my computer actually too, trying to get it to go and actually do what I want. Keeps restarting on its own again. And it just did it right when I was trying to jump you guys over to another map here, so that's what I'm running into. We might have to be somewhat in imaginary zone, and I might have to bring up its stats at the very least. And
I mean, in imaginary zone, we're teleporting into a magical void of water.
there's a little bit of a beach.
Oh, is there?
Mhm. Yeah, so you pull out the bottle that Adune had been
Now there should be some
residing
random
in,
sea
and
creatures
the
in there.
sea creatures
Can we
that
bring
were
some in for
there
dinner?
are gone. You can see there aren't any residing under the waters. You do see a large tentacled beast pressed up against the jar or the glass, currently, and nothing else moving besides some of the water. And there's like a little strand of beach right before the neck of the bottle.
This reminds me.
Somehow, no matter which way you're holding it to, the there is always a constant bottom in the bottle, so you can't like just like shake it up and slosh it around either. So it's got a constant direction of gravity in it.
Cool.
I'll get reminded and then note, hey, Adune, can you also, if you have the time, just like produce a bunch of that like shark food or shark meat so that we can feed the giant thing, because we're also going to be injuring it and we probably need to feed it.
Oh, sure thing. Just like sushified or.
I mean, it's a giant tentacle monster. It'll probably just eat whatever.
Okay, well,
Like,
sharks
don't trouble
take-
yourself, because like you've got a big meal plan to make, and I don't want to
Right.
double the load on you, of course, because I want to be a courteous person.
Thank you.
Thanks. But we need like a code word or something. Wait, no, we can talk to each other with our minds. I don't have one of those necklaces anymore, so like you'll have to give me a code word. Like banana or something. I don't know if like halfway through the feast you decide that they're enemies and you need me to like go.
Code word for what again? Okay.
Oh, I like it. Musketeer. Mice are terrible creatures. They're filthy rodents.
Why don't we make it Mouseketeer? Perfect.
Let's go fuck up our captured creature.
Okay, so are we good with this?
I look off to the screen. Nosebleed. Good guys. Thumbs up. How do we get into it? Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yep. Yeah, you have the
I forget.
wand of
Didn't I have
bubbles,
like blow bubbles?
that you can uncork it, and the bubbles, when you once it touches something, resizes to the shape of the bottle, and you have to get the bottle aligned with the bubble so that it when it hits, it just kind of bloop, and you go into the bottle. Performance.
I have
Okay,
good
do I have to roll something
performance
for that?
too. Oh, good job.
Okay,
That
guys,
works.
I'm like blowing lots
I
of
don't know
bubbles
who
here.
you're trying to, but if you want to tell me how you succeed.
Oh, 17. That's a I mean, I'm gonna pull the bubbles out. I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna look at it. Pull the wand out. Use a flick of my wrist to you know, discard any excess, and very ever so gently, place it about an inch away from my face and blow into the bubble. The wand and produce a fairly large size bubble, so that it's easy to get it to the right place in the bottle.
Yeah. And then the bubble pops, and
Is that
whoever
what
it
you're
is
looking for?
that was going in first is in. You're
Okay.
standing on the beach with some palm trees in the breeze.
Ooh.
Sure. I mean, if there's a beach, that changes quite a bit. But
I'm
yeah, I'll
assuming
go
the
in first
Rorals
and
have to go
just
in
like
first, right?
hop in and run around looking for danger. Oh yeah, that's true.
You have the
I think Kira
Here
will go
will
in
all
right
the
just
after
like be
back up.
carrying a load of it.
you have the shark meat, right?
Sorry.
So you're all carrying a load of the. What was that, Kiddo?
Oh, I was gonna say after Ross goes in, I'll go in right in after him.
After roll performance again. Or can it be more than one person at the same time on the same bubble?
Might be me.
Oh.
Oh,
Bloop bloop bloop. More bubbles.
Bubbles, bubbles,
13.
bubbles.
all kinds of tech. Christmas.
Oh, I'm black screen again. Wait,
I did.
Bloop.
Well, I did the. I did get the bookmark over. It looks like. So you might be in a very large map.
That just means good things are coming.
Yeah, it took a second. It took a second. There it is. I go search for it.
Yeah.
Those are the
Seeing
different decks.
all the sides of a Dune. It's great. Dooney at the beach. I feel like I'm looking through an album. There's the
Still trying to
yeah, that's great. I love it.
gosh darn monster too.
It's a Dune with their
'Cause
sails
it's-
out. There's a Dune at the lower decks of
I
a
can't
Dune.
get the spelling right. Fuck spelling. It's a Balkan.
There's no
is
quarters.
what
It's
it
beautiful.
is, but I can't remember how to spell that.
BLLKAN, BLAKEN. Those are the two versions I know of. Bonnies, Bonnies, ooh, I like the bunnies.
Come on, work with me here. Yeah, it doesn't want to. BALKAN does not show anything. It's weird. It's weird that you can find things sometimes and then not others because of stuff like this. Okay. Potentially.
Should I be googling these things?
Is that on D&D Beyond?
It should be. That's where I found it before. Now I'm finding something called an OTA. BALCA. I don't think so.
BALCAN?
Did that show something?
Slavic legendary creatures.
I didn't think so. I was pretty sure it has a K. That much I remember. It's the vowels that are breaking my brain. Balkan.
No.
bulk and
I'll be right back.
monster. Okay. Encounters, maybe? Maybe I have it saved, I thought, too. It's where I was trying to go originally. I want to say it's this one. I'm on noob. Oh, I think I just made that word up in my memory. It's or they've changed the name of it to be a ball hanoth. Yeah, I think they changed the name on me. Interesting. Or my memory is just that broke.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a tentacle monster? Oh
Yeah, it's
forgot
changed from. So weird. It's interesting lore there.
monsters know what they're doing.
Alhanath were aberrations. Maybe. Anyways, I'll figure that part of it out later.
Maybe this
Anyways,
is one of those like Berenstein Bear moments.
So let me make sure I have all the people that I need to, because Frederick. Yep.
Hmm.
So
Just in
we've
case
got
you wanted to know, they had no
change this
society
back
and
over
were
to
rarely known
here.
for assembling in large groups.
And here, and then we got to take out all of these other folk. Because we don't have a Thea or a Frederick or a Flamilton. Which if you... Okay. Out.
Forget about your worries and your strife.
Kyoto, Gundam, Barrel, and Mime. Okay. Okay, Steve.
Ooh, they respond well to telepathic
That's what
communication.
I know.
And Rizum.
Anybody have telepathy?
Restart. There we go. And then bring this up. So I've got that. And I need turnover. And I need... Okay, so that's there. Is that what he rolled? I got too many of these open now. Here it is, this one. So looks like Grandam already rolled an initiative, or an initiative popped up for him. Auto 3. But everyone else would be rolling initiative as you're popping into the space.
Bum 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 bum.
I feel like there's some like
Right.
battle music starting, right?
Like
Like in
it's
Pokemon. Dun,
Pokemon,
dun.
right?
Winning.
Like how we just eat ourselves into the bottle. Initiative, let's go. Only a 6, but I got a 17.
Jesus. So Kiro, I'm waiting for your initiative still, unless I missed it.
No, I already rolled it. It should have come up for
Fight monsters.
A
I rolled
19, I
19.
see it. Okay. And I'm not sure where this 9 came from Grandam. But are you back yet? No. Guessing silence means no in this case. We're going to keep it so that it would start off with Mime coming in first. If you guys are going straight for the attack, but that's where I was in my mindset of trying to figure things out. You guys are on the beach though, inside the bottle.
We
Yeah.
have bait.
Yeah, I guess can we see the monster?
Well, we have a bunch of the shark that we brought to feed it, so we could bait it and then just cut off one of its tentacles from behind and then poop out.
Yes.
Somebody playing music?
Yeah.
Right. Or when it's
Okay, I
distracted,
like
it
that
won't
plan.
notice a thing trying to
So
chomp
when it's
on it.
well fed, it'll be lazy.
Oh, do you guys have a Kraken down here or like some great old one shit?
We don't know.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, Hana.
Okay.
It's there. We caught it.
It's a ball Hanan. We just found it. This is a trademark sometime of our campaign. When we see big monsters, we like to trap them places and keep them for
Yep.
later.
Grand Dam will be
This one
present
we've
for
decided to keep
things.
alive so we can
Yes,
continuously
Grand Dam
harvest
made it into the
for
bottle
our
with
purposes.
everyone else.
We found
I'm
out
just
it
trying
has
to
a ability to
get
disable
stuff
magic in
situated.
whoever eats
I've got
it.
it almost there.
The screen. We're good guys.
What would I roll to know what this
Yeah.
is? In Pathfinder, I assume it would be a cult, but this is not Pathfinder.
For this, I would say nature.
This is
That's
a
me.
group effort.
So I managed to get Kiro and Grand Dam on the beach, and I was just trying to figure out how to get Mime and Ro, and it restarted on me again here. But you should see a monster there that's not there actually, but that should give you an idea of what you're dealing with when we're talking about scale.
Roland's eyes are huge. He has a huge smile on his face. That's what's thrilled.
Things.
Yeah, I just see a black screen.
I was gonna say I have a good imagination.
Or
And no
or
more
scroll all the way out. That's what we were saying. I think just before you left there.
Oh, there we go.
You might need
Oh,
to.
so hey, it's the same
refresh your
tentacle
browser.
monster from earlier.
No, you might be seeing the other one. Yeah, because
Oh,
I don't have.
Oh, or
That's
that.
big. That's big.
Yeah.
You're on a beach currently.
Looks like
But
the same
Mime,
template.
it's not quite.
That's
The
why we
one
just
that
need one
you guys had seen
tentacle.
earlier was like probably about 3 times the size of a Dune. This one's about the size of a Dune.
Oh, so it's a
So about
baby.
yeah, it's like 30. It's like 30 foot in length.
Yep.
Ish.
I think
No,
the plan was to
40 foot,
Is
sell
that
it.
an
somewhere in there.
arcane check, a nature check to figure out what I'm looking at?
You could go nature though.
Yeah, sure.
I'll accept the
Baby.
nature check.
It's usually a
15.
history check.
You're
Maybe.
you're not exactly sure the name of this particular tentacle creature, but it does
Great, believe
ring some bells in your mind of it, as it seems to vanish at the bottom of the bottle, because you guys are actually looking through the waves at it at the bottom of the bottle, but it does probably. Let me see here. Yeah, it's it's got blind sight of 500 feet. So as you guys land on the beach, you would probably be looking down into the waves and see it, and it would appear to vanish before your eyes.
I think it can be invisible.
Is it good that we have this thing?
We don't know. Yeah, we could either keep it and harvest it, like she said, sell it when we get back to the city, free it, send it to
We think
a
so.
natural preserve or something.
This seems unethical. I think it eats
You
whatever
know,
it goddamn wants.
that is a very good question. We could
we
use
think it
it
Eats
here.
tortoises?
We could release the Kraken.
You think it'll win the fight against the turtle? Do they deserve that? 'Cause it
We could release it, yeah.
True. I mean, that's the good.
Long as it
Again, that's a
finds
great
the
question. Do they
tortoises-
deserve that? We don't know. We don't have enough information about who these people are.
You know, we could release the Kraken while drinking rum.
dead drunk.
So maybe that's the backup plan. So we'll harvest one tentacle. Maybe I'll heal it after we do that so that it's ready and like in prime fighting condition. And then to make sure that I take the bubbles and this bottle or whatever I need to release it with us onto the ship. So that if any point we feel threatened, like we need a way out, bam,
I feel like
we
that
release the Kraken
should
and
go in
chaos
conjunction
ensues.
with
And we
disabling their
can,
magic
you
users,
know,
because
all
then
rally
they're
to the
up against a
emergency evac
Kraken with
point,
no
which
magic
is
users.
Dune, and we can cut the ropes and vanish. Yeah, so yes, we definitely need to at least get through whichever course has the anti-magic ingredient
I
in it,
assume.
which is why
I'm
we still need to
assuming we
harvest
all
the
kind of
tentacle.
came in
And
with a
with
bunch
that,
of it
Mimay's gonna
because
like
this is a big
look at where the
tentacle
shark
monster.
is and like either
Mm-hmm.
motion
everyone's
for the
got a
shark to
shark
be
over
dumped
their
in the
shoulder
water
or
or like
something.
throw a handful of shark into the water.
Maybe not a full shark because you guys had like giant sharks that you were fighting, but it,
Yeah, chunks.
we'll say like like a few pounds each. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Can I talk to the thing?
What's that, Grandam?
Can I talk
Sharks
to it? Oh,
Dead
shit.
sharks do. Dead sharks
phone call.
do.
I'll be right back.
I guess he can't.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like the tentacle monster. Yeah, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
chuck shark into the water.
All right, you guys start to chuck some of
I'm
the
gonna
shark
assume
into
everybody
the water.
falls
You
too.
see it. Waves start to wash it out. Some of the blood too that kind of pools into the sea that's in the bottle, and it starts to kind of disperse before you start noticing probably some chunks from what you're tossing in appear to be disappearing.
Take that as the cue and move in, along with everyone else, I assume.
To attack? What are you attacking? As you can't see any of that. It is currently
Yes.
Invisible, but we
invisible.
could swing
Yeah.
at nothing if we try.
One of the tentacles.
Would just
Trying to
mean you would
harvest
have
it.
disadvantage for your whatever strike. You could just be swinging in the air, or what? Rather,
Mm.
water. I guess.
Yep.
Is that double disadvantage?
No, there's only one disadvantage. I mean, that doesn't stack. I mean,
Okay.
it'd be.
I was just curious because of the water offhand. I didn't actually. I don't have. I need to start
That's
looking into
true.
some of it underwater.
It wouldn't affect me as I have a swim speed, but I think you're right.
Oh damn! I can't see
Yeah,
it.
you'd have half. It's like half movement, and you would have. I think that doesn't apply to creatures. I don't remember exactly how the spell's worded.
Can I use locate object?
If you read it off to me, though, I can answer your question. I won't see it.
Yeah, here, I'm just gonna send it to the chat.
Which chat? Roll
It
20?
doesn't say I can't. Yeah.
Lead? Oh, right. In the Dead
It's like
City.
the one
There's no lead in
anti-magic
here.
method. Always save any lead
Yeah, at
box
the
you
very end, I
find.
can't see through lead for whatever reason, but
They're
I can't
very
detect
useful.
lead.
All right. So, describe, name an object that is familiar to you. That's the direction of the object's location, as long as the object is motion. I guess object.
Would this be helpful?
The direction of its movement, a spell, and it suggests already that it can be something that's moving, hence alive. Spell can locate a specific object known to you, as long as you can have seen
Wait,
it up
Josh,
close
be
within
very
30.
careful about how you define object.
Yeah, I know.
I need to know.
Alternatively,
What? Because plans. Plans on plans. You'll find out
Wait, why?
in a couple months.
Why?
I know that we decided at least for
I will teleport this Kraken with someone.
Oh.
Give me the power. Well,
Object,
so the definition I have been going off of is that a person is not an object. A living creature
It's
is not
definitely
an
not an
object, but
object,
a
right?
corpse is an object. So if you targeted the shark bit that just got eaten, then that would work because it would be in its stomach. But targeting the creature itself would not work.
yes, you're correct. I believe that that's kind of the general. I was trying to remember if there was another word that we talked about too, that, or if it was object. That was the defining characteristic for something that is in has no life to it. For the rule set.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see. Well, I mean, if that's a distinction, then yeah, I'll do. That's a great suggestion. I will target the shark bit that I was just holding.
As you do that, I will
Because that's a specific
send
object
a
that was known
message
to me.
off on
I'd seen it up close.
a business card
So
and
I
say,
can
confirmed.
locate that within 30 feet. So that should give us a pretty good idea of where to aim any
corpse
further
status
attacks.
object confirmed.
Yes.
Oh, got it. You're sending it
Yeah,
off to
move on.
another plane.
Well, yeah,
To
me.
So no worries. So that was your action to find and everything there, Mia? I don't know.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to put that into VTT again. I'm just casting it.
In the vicinity of where you can still visibly see it on the map. It's just
My action was to find
slowly
it.
eating away invisibly
And then
at
I'm
the
gonna,
stuff.
when I find it, I'm gonna
so
shout to everybody where it
Power
is.
of imagination. It's kind of towards the, more westerly side of the bottle if you're looking at it from top down.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't. While inside of the bottle, you don't really ever see the bottle. It's perceived as sky because it's so large
Is
from
it a
the
problem that I don't see the bottle?
No. I know what you're asking there too. I haven't been
I guess I
haven't
should.
been able to get
Yeah, I guess I should
still haven't
say,
been
is it a
able to
problem
get
that I don't see
yours and
the
Rarl's
technical
token
monster, the
over
tentacle
there.
monster? Okay. Yeah, I'm just not on that screen. Okay, no worries. I'm okay with using my imagination.
And then
Okay, so yeah, that's my
I think we
action.
have
Is to yell at
Kiro
everybody, "Hey guys, it's
with Rarl on
it's
deck.
there. Aim your attacks there," and they know where I'm referencing
How
when I
far
say
away
there.
is it?
And that's it. My turn's over.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
He
trying to
he
figure out
should
how
be able
far.
to actually see it. I was able to get their tokens in the right location.
Yeah. I can see it. Like I'm trying to do the count. How many spaces?
Yep.
That's a
25. It's just 25 feet in the water. I'm going to bonus action. Let's see. Sure. Right here. Oh, went too far. There we are. I'm going to bonus action. Assume the dragon stance, and then action. I'm gonna taunt the thing to come get some. By taunt, I mean intimidate. Please don't. With a 6, it's just all the frustration Kiro has been
You're
feeling for the
gonna
last little bit
say
is just
inappropriate
let out
things
at
about
it
its mother.
in a
Okay.
come 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 get some of this.
Your mama's teeth
Uh,
is so yellow. Your mama's teeth
It
is so
rolled a
yellow.
16
I
wisdom
can't believe
save,
it's
so
not
I would
butter.
say that it's still currently invisible.
That I think is the least offensive one I can think of right now. But anyway.
Let's see, action, bonus action. Yeah, that I can't really.
Okay.
I want to shore, so yeah, kind of
Man.
stuck on that. So
All right. Raro with
Yep.
Grandium on deck.
Okay. Um. Let's see. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go swing at it, as I don't have much that I could do against this. So I will run up, and take 2 swings. Then bonus action dodge.
Oh shit!
What's that?
I just got back. My mama called. I had to step away, so I have no
No
idea
worries.
what's going on right now, other than bonus action dodge.
We're fighting a tentacle monster that we have in a jar so that we can get tentacle flesh, which disables magic so that we can poison a bunch of turtles.
Also,
Yep.
right. So are you aiming your strikes there, Varl?
I mean, I can't see anything.
I should. Dang.
Yeah, we
you might
don't
have-
want to
I
kill the
wanted to try
monster.
talking to it.
I
since
repeat, we do not want to
neither
kill it.
speak-
We just want a
speak to my
tentacle.
two animals, but
Oh,
alright.
You do have. So I think I've mentioned this once before because you've only been in combat with us once before, but speech is a free action. But obviously, considerate of other players.
Anything with effects has to be on my turn. Got it.
Yep.
I'll hold my tongue and wait then.
Alrighty. So, are you attacking specific spots there, Varl? Varl?
Sorry, I was muted, or I had my headphone thing up.
Oh.
I will. I think what I'm gonna do is go in and attempt to locate and grapple with my claws a tentacle so that I can like have one because I can't see this thing.
You
Does that make
should be
sense?
able.
Well, didn't you say it was invisible?
I see what you're saying. So you're going to. That's what you meant. So you're going to go wading into the water and try to grab a tentacle.
Yeah.
I believe the
This is
grapple from
totally
your
going to
side
work.
is a strength check, and it can be a strength or a dexterity.
Yeah, I was gonna say I argue dexterity. It is a disadvantage since I can't see this thing.
Yes,
Okay.
you're flailing blindly in a direction, trying to grab something that's wriggly.
Yep. All right. Roll 1 is 12. Roll 2 is an 11.
I think yours are strength oriented, unless those are is something specific to your class to change the grapple.
Oh, sorry.
Because it's the response to the grapple that you can be dexterous, but when you're
Right.
trying to grapple.
Oh god, I have a -1. 16 and 8.
The 8 is what got out of all those rolls. It got a 9, so you're able to get a hold of it, but it just through your paws.
I'll do it again. I have 2 attacks.
Okay.
Ugh. Ugh. So bad.
That was a natural 20
It's
on my part.
invisible.
I'm gonna reaction 12 damage to you as it kind of like just kind of as you're
Ow.
trying to grapple it,
Yeah. How much?
walk you upside the head. 12.
12. Ow. I wade back out of the water. I have raucous audacity, so I don't take an opportunity.
Okay.
That didn't work very well. How do we get this thing to show itself? I guess I could stand at the beach and just blindly shoot at the water. Laser cat the water.
So if that was your turn though, Rarl, then it would be Grandan's turn, who is
Yeah.
going to do just that.
I don't know if
I
this
guess we
thing's
could
like
try
from the
talking
roll I
to
did
it.
earlier. Could I know if this thing was animal and I have to speak like you speak with animals, or if I know it's like some sort of like what do you call them?
What great time.
Abomination.
Yeah, some
It
sort
is
of creature
abysmal.
from beyond the stars or the depths of the sea that speaks deep speech.
You
Like
do
some
know that
Lovecraftian monstrosity.
it is some sort of monstrosity more than anything else.
All right, we're going to start yelling that in deep speech.
It
Hey,
um
can we be friends? Come
You
to
feel the-
terms? Maybe trade you a couple hundred turtles for a little bit of flesh?
Describe yelling at it.
I like you.
Ooh. Ooh.
so
We'll heal
Should
your
also
flesh
know that Grand Dam was
immediately.
not a likable
This
person.
is
He
this is a
comes
good
off as
gamble. You'll lose some
100%
flesh, but you'll get it back
but-
immediately.
Yep.
And he's not very pretty.
We're the good guys.
We're the good guys, totally. Hey, they held us at gunpoint. Fuck them.
Yeah.
last
Honestly, yeah,
time-
that's
The last time Grand Dam was insulted by somebody, he wound up kidnapping a lord and beheading them in the sewers.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
Well, he didn't do the
Okay.
beheading. He did.
so
Technically.
So, you feel a pressure against your mind again.
It doesn't want to go in there, but he'll let it in anyways.
And in deep speech, in your mind, you hear, you understand.
Better than anyone.
I don't
understand
know.
you
I
better
don't.
than
I don't
anyone.
know what you're offering, but
I will project turtles into his mind, and the sentiment of them being angry, and of them like that feeling of being like held at gunpoint.
oh, okay. Them, the turtles being held at gunpoint.
No, us being held at gunpoint.
Ah,
like,
okay.
Just the anger of that, and also like maybe the taste of calamari.
You should
and
portray
a
them being
question mark.
delicious.
You feel a curiosity towards the situation you guys are in with the turtles, and that he goes, "Have not seen or tasted."
Would you like to?
And you see out from the center of its where the largest chunks of shark had floated, they disappear, and it goes, "I'll try anything once in your mind, but last time I was anywhere near this group, no one understood me, let alone wanted to not harm me."
Three-fourths of like conflict is misunderstanding, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
I
guys, we
think.
gotta stop
Does that
talking
make
to
sense?
creatures. It's just not good for us.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. We can be friends if you'll make it all be water under the bridge, or waves under the boat, or something that makes sense for a creature such as yourself. I don't see a reason why you need to be trapped here anymore.
And at that too, with that sense, it seems to understand that it as you want to set it free, and it asks that question too, just free.
Eat as many turtles as you want.
In exchange for what, though? What will you have of me?
You help us get away from the turtles. And also, we want some of your arms because they would make the turtles not good at going. Bang! Fireball.
And it looks, you can feel it kind of like probing. It's not super. Let me see here. What is the
Like if it's probing into like Grandam's mind, it is going to feel like it is basically looking at a single piece of like a 10,000 piece puzzle set that has been shaken up and then mixed with a different puzzle set.
And it just doesn't know how to take you, more or less, but it projects into your mind potentially if you've projected the exact situation you guys find yourselves into, like with being surrounded and everything like that. One of its others abilities that you guys might not remember especially is that it can teleport, and it kind of shows you this where it could wrap itself around Udune and teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space that it can see, including any creatures that it is carrying or grappled to.
If we trust this thing.
I mean, you trapped it here once.
Ooh.
Yes, that was by chance.
That could be awesome.
We accidentally hit it really hard and then like brought it back to life and then forced it into. Don't worry about it.
I think I'll worry about it. Insight check to see how trustworthy this thing is.
That's what it was trying to do on you. That was the word I was trying to remember too. What's that
an
related
insight
to?
check? Oh yeah, Grandam's being 100% genuine, but he's also
in the past.
like cautious about anything from beyond the stars or wherever this thing's from. Any aberration, he's cautious about.
Is it a wisdom though?
Insight is wisdom.
Thank you. I was trying to remember from my roll because I wanted to roll as well. Oh, 19. It seems to be trusting of you, considering that you were able to speak a language that it understands too.
And Grandam trusts him.
Great.
I rolled a nat 1. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Or I don't trust him. It's up to you how that nat 1 is interpreted.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a little bit upon your past, though. Why do you know deep speech?
Do you remember the backstory I threw you?
Yeah.
That instance, he basically met an elder god and learned the entire history of the multiverse, and then his mind was broken and he forgot all of it, except for the deep speech, basically, and little fragments of how much danger he knows that there is danger out there, but he does not comprehend it. He is an ant that has, for a single moment, comprehended all of human civilization and then forgot it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
The only
Franklin
reason
needs to get his hands on you.
So
the only reason Grandam's still alive is because a god intervened and went, no. Come back here.
So, okay, with that reasoning and that understanding, at least, though, too, you are. You don't trust it, but you're willing to take it at its word, if that makes sense to you. What I mean by that. So it's.
I think we can trust it, but if we can't, we can kick his ass totally.
Right.
He's been in here for a while. He's probably hungry.
You see more of the shark bits disappear. And it makes itself visible finally with its flailing tentacles, some of which are growing, it looks like from the last time you've seen it, out of its body, as if there's like tiny little ones that are moving up its whole body up to a gaping maw of just teeth, and although you're not sure if it's a mouth because it just kind of looks like a whole throat of teeth.
That's so great. In comparison to the giant turtle monster that they were using, how big is this?
Well, you can see prospectively that this creature is about as big as Adune because that Adune that you're seeing represented there is the same size as the Adune on the other map, although this Adune
Okay.
is not here.
So, tentacle monster big, but not
big as
threatening giant turtle monster big.
Well, it might have magic that the turtle doesn't have, and also,
Yeah.
what's the word? Big enough to buy us some time, and maybe teleport us away.
Yeah, damage for sure, but enough to escape for sure.
So
Enough to wreak havoc and
Yeah, that thing could definitely
So
do
do
some
we
damage.
want to unleash
Yeah.
chaos? Because Grand Dam is all for it.
I mean, I think if we do that, we definitely want to
Yeah.
do it at the same time as we poison them, right? Sorry, go ahead.
I say we
Could-
definitely keep this in a back
Could we trade
pocket.
magic eating calamari
I
tentacles
say we poison them first and eat,
for stuff?
and then yeah,
And
I
that
don't know
could
if
be
it's
the
at the same
trade?
time. I think we want to give administer, quote unquote, administer the poison and let it take effect.
Rick, fix yourself.
Fix myself.
Yeah. You do feel
Probably.
it push against your
I mean, it's a
mind
real
again,
attractive item to have.
almost askingly, Grandam, and go in deep speech still. I don't understand what the vibrations are making above. Sounds like speech, but don't understand. Basically, it's saying that it only understands deep speech.
I was asking that to the rest of them.
Yeah,
But,
it's just responding because it heard vibrations.
what's your
Nice.
name? Sorry, sir. I should not ask the NPC that probably doesn't have a name its name. I should know better than that.
Don't worry. I can think on my feet here a second.
Number one. Car. Wait,
Oh, wait,
no.
you
Wait,
already
no. Should this
Carl
be
Calamari.
who is this should be Craig.
Greg Calamari.
I said, can it be Carl?
Oh God.
That's on brand for us.
Lord. Already has a plan for that though.
To you, it just kind of sounds like a bunch of guttural tones. I would probably say. But you can just call me Zog.
I feel like it just has a.
His name is Zog, and his name is Zog, and he
Oh,
is 100%
struck me as
invested
something
in
that whose
teleporting
whose
us out
tummy
and
has the
eating a
rumblings
bunch of
only
turtles.
hands can satisfy.
It's
But
like a
Zog
great
works.
exit plan if the trade goes poorly.
He also might make a good friend. Maybe,
Oh,
if we stop tearing his arms off.
we did that one time when he attacked us.
I'm
So
going to be real with you, man. I'd remember the one time it happened too.
Fish your friends
same,
out,
but like
dude.
he attacked us, so self-defense.
He seems almost like a puppy in your mind again, pushing up against it and saying, "Did they like the arm? I can give more."
We
Big
would love
box.
some more arms. And we can give you more food in exchange. I'm going to cast Goodberry and make it. Can I make Goodberry like the size of a watermelon?
Ooh.
I think offhand, I check real quick.
It just.
And heal him.
It
I
sounds.
can't. Just flavor wise, just a big Goodberry.
I
And just
mean,
kinda,
from
like,
my
throw it
memory,
into the
I think
water.
you could do that. Yeah.
And just kind of throw it into the water.
So is it a watermelon? Like, is that your intent?
Yes. It'd be like a grape to him.
Right. One of his tentacles slides out and bops it once or twice as it's kind of floating in the water, and then knocks it up into the air, and then opens its toothy throat mouth, and you just see it disappear into it with a soft.
Grandam is going to clap. And the spell Goodberry should fill him up for the day.
Oh, cool. That's what I was trying to remember how this all worked here. A creature you can use action eat one berry. Eating a berry restores one. And enough nourishment to sustain a creature for one day. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well,
Yeah.
that's good to know that is
Sorry,
available
I was
to
trying
us.
that
So,
for a while.
at this point, I have to go to bed. So you guys are welcome to keep playing. I'm not really sure what else we're gonna accomplish tonight, but I think us.
Yeah.
Man, there's like
Oh,
5
God, dude.
Mimays on here. This is hilarious. It's like Oompa Loompa Island, but like Mimay Island. This is great. Oh no, sorry, these are Rarlsons, not Mimays. We just look a lot at like here.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry, my bad.
Either way, we're
Anyway,
going to try and defend
it
the
was real
Kraken
fun
now,
when it looked
'cause
like
he's a
5
cool dude.
Mimays. But okay, so what we have decided is we will go eat their food and
Yeah,
try to
Zog
gather
is- Zog is
information,
more
chill.
and if shit goes to hell,
far,
we will
Zog is
release the
chill.
Kraken.
Seems like in the evil campaign they want friends too.
That was more of
Wait,
a
Cool. We like
necessity.
friends. This is the good
Wait,
campaign. We
Wait,
like friends.
at what point ever has Ezra looked for a friend in the evil campaign? Wait,
That's true.
Yeah.
except for his daughter. And the new puppy that he's training.
So outside of the
Different kind of friend.
instances, you're not wrong.
And acquaintances, so that they don't.
I
You know-
feel
No.
like
Those are food.
friends
Those
and
are food resources for later.
friends and slaves
I
are
was
two
referring
different
to the
things.
giant
There,
lava beast that was going to drown you.
I should
out.
probably delineate.
Oh no, that's Ash's new best friendo.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
patron.
Yeah,
We could have taken him.
I wanted to fight him. So hard. Yeah, but I ended up muting myself so nobody heard me.
Aw.
Ash is Overlord. Yeah.
It's definitely a beautiful setup though for next time. I think Zog would have taken that cue of the good berry to mean that you guys liked the tentacle from before, so he
No.
like takes one of his bigger ones and rips off a smaller one on him, and it kind of looks like the ones that you had attacked before was one of the bigger ones. So he's still kind of growing some of those back, it looks like, but one of the smaller ones almost comes off like it looks like almost like the same color and texture below it. You're wondering whether or not it even actually was, deeper part of him, or if it's more of like hair at this point for him, and just throws it onto the shore in front of you guys. And it's like, we'll roll one of these before we get going. Boink. It's like, it's like a 20-foot section.
It's a smaller tentacle, just 20
Sorry.
feet long.
No, 2 foot. That's what I was going for in the first place, and then my scale was off in my imagination there. Apologize. 2 foot.
That's much smaller.
We should put some of the. We should take some of this flesh, liquefy it, put it in syringes so we can directly inject it into people.
And we can dip. And we can dip the syringe.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Let's find
Yep.
syringes somewhere. Perform medical procedures.
Yep.
I was gonna say maybe we should take the instead of making like sushi out of the tentacles, we should maybe like puree it and turn it into a sauce, so it's easier to like distribute, and it can go farther. But these are just thoughts for another time. All right, this was good times. This is a good one. I like this. I'm glad we're gonna feast. We're gonna perpetuate Nime's
Yes.
number one goal in life, which is always to eat. And we're gonna party,
Have a
and
good
we're
one,
gonna
all.
see if these
Night.
turtles are
Night.
good guys or bad guys. I like this, and we have a new.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.